Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? And if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen to find out how 50 Cent's downfall just keeps getting worse. I'm going to see you guys in this video somewhere on my screen. And if you enjoy my content and want to help me push my videos in the algorithm, click the hype button below this video. Send me a hype. That's how you push the videos in the algorithm for me. I'm going to see you guys in this 50 Cent video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace. She downstairs making something. No, I'm doing it right now. I'm in the middle. I'm live. It just went off. Sometimes when it be live, when you be talking about certain things, it'll just kick you off. YouTube does that sometimes. So you got to put it back up so people could get back up there. Yeah, if y'all just getting back, sorry about that. If I lost you guys, pull up to this one. I'm gonna share this to a few people. People could get back onto this one. Whenever we start talking about something spicy, that's when they do this to us. They don't want us to talk about the truth. But I guess what they were saying is like all this stuff with Dwight Howard and his baby mothers or whatever. Like, so this dude Poetic Flacco talking about if he's such a bad guy, then tell us what he did or whatever. I mean, it's really not none of your business. Like, I mean, like if she don't want, she just telling you he a bad guy. She don't necessarily have to tell you why he's a bad guy. She just kind of venting. You taking that information like too personal. Like you need to know. Like you just want to know because you a media personality. You nosy. You want to tell everybody business. That's what it is. It's not necessarily because you want to help them or you want to solve it by painting a narrative that let's try to do a GoFundMe and get money in this person's account for this mom or something like that. That's not the narrative. The narrative is just basically it's more of an attractive story because of how toxic the situation is. So you're obviously attracted to the toxicity of the situation. You're not attracted to, okay, let me solve this issue. Let me help this person out. That's not what you're doing. You're trying to make a hit piece about him. So like Dwight Howard definitely been doing some questions. Now I'm not gonna talk about his career as a basketball player. Even some will probably argue about that, but he had a pretty decent run basketball wise. His personal life really lacks luster for people that make it to his level. Whatever he got going on with these women, they keep buying into it and they keep messing with him. They keep having kids with him despite it. This is really like exactly what I was talking about. You can't just be having children with anybody. And then the women that just want to have a kid, like y'all need to really think about who you dealing with when you put yourself in that situation. Because if this dude is doing all of this and he did it with the last woman he was messing with, and you trying to protect him, you already grimy. If he doing crazy stuff to the kids and you trying to protect him, you are grimy. You should have never tried to find some logic and like, well, that's my husband. So no, fuck all that. If he doing something he's supposed to be doing to them kids and you really feel that way, you do need to do something. So I do agree with that part. But I don't give a fuck about you telling me what he did. Oh yeah, he did that. I don't care about that. I just care about if you're gonna feel so inclined to discuss it, then and calling yourself, holding yourself accountable in certain areas, then why you ain't just, what I mean, just let it, just do it, do what you got to do right now, and still keep it hush, because you've been keeping it hush this whole time. Like it don't make no sense. I don't know. They just want to be, famous, man. Everybody want to be famous. If you ain't got it, you want to get it. That's just how it is. It's terrible, man. It's ugly out here, man. I don't know if y'all caught the last pod, but the last pod, we was really talking about U.S. and Israel and Iran, but they really tried to pivot us. Like I like how they do you online, man. You know what I mean? Um, they try to do you filthy because they don't be really wanting you to talk about none of this shit. And I hate that shit. I hate when they do that. Like, let us talk about what the fuck we want to talk about. That's one of the problems. It's freedom of speech, but not really. Like, you know what I mean? It's freedom of speech, but not on platforms. You using these fucking platforms because the platform has a reputation to uphold. I guess they police, what you could say. You know what I mean? And I hate that shit. Cause we be cooking sometimes, and then all of a sudden they want to turn us off and shit. But it's all good. It's all good, man. I hope people start pouring back in, man, because we definitely gotta get to it. You know what I mean? 50 Cent, man. Yo, 50 Cent, a funny dude, bro. Let me see if I got 50 Cent in this video. He be beefing with the world, yo. Like, I don't know why I would have a 50 Cent picture though. But you never know, yo. I'll be having mad pictures in my phone. I was looking up the word petty, yo, and 50 Cent name came up. That shit was hilarious. Picture. 9 with 50 Cent. It don't matter. It don't matter. Fuck it for now. 9 with 50 Cent. So I do also want to talk about 50 Cent and um the Harris family. They little shit they got going on. Now this is kind of funny. Like 50 Cent and Ti beef has been going on since like 2010 or some shit. And it was because I think it was 2010, and it was because Ti supposedly snitched, but supposedly snitched on a person that is no longer with us, right? So is that still snitching? And I got a good take on that. I got a family member that didn't snitch and got a bag from the government. I mean, got a bag from the city for keeping his mouth shut and serving time for a crime he didn't commit. So they had to pay him big time. I want to have him come up for an interview so we could discuss that. And he also became the alderman of New Haven, Connecticut. So big up to my cuz for that. But I definitely want to bring him up to have him talk. Now, I'm speaking into existence because I know he's a busy man being an alderman. What he look like coming on my podcast, chopping it up. You know what I mean, with us little people. But um, I would really like him to come and expound on his experience about what that experience was like going through that and what made him just say, you know what, I'm just gonna do my time, I'm just gonna do what I need to do. Because I think that's really something that I would want him to open up more about. And I know he probably wouldn't want to talk about that experience too much, but that's crazy. Like, can you imagine being somewhere for something you didn't do this whole time and just still not saying nothing? Like, that's hardcore, bro. But we got 50 Cent and Max B on a track responding to the Harris family in short form. So it was like it wasn't really like delivered directly because it was like shots, but it's a response. You can't say how the response is because everybody been saying, yo, they wanting to put out music. It's not they're not battling, they doing diss tracks. So a diss track is supposed to have like a little, you know what I mean, whatever. So this diss track, it was alright, it wasn't bad, but you know, Ti and Family got a few more tracks that they put out than he did. So they got mad tracks that's already out that's being pushed. So it's crazy. You got King got like two, I think. I think Damani got like two. The older one made one. The little girl even made one. Ti by himself got four. So you got people that made 10 diss tracks. The family made about almost 10 diss tracks, right? And then you got the Let's Wrap It Up podcast. You got their delivery, which is just, four. Then you got Papoose, who also came at 50. So far, 50 only addressed the Harris family, really. Both times. So I think secretly, this is how I feel. But I feel like 50 wants to smoke. I think 50 secretly he wanted to do this, and he been wanting to come at Ti for a minute because what 50 did is it's kind of like cerebral. So 50 first he put out a track where it was Ti. He was talking about Ti on a track that he did a minute ago, and oh man, what track was that? But it was dope. But he said something about Ti. He said he never responded to that. So he's like, all right. So first, boom. Okay, so I'm gonna let you have this. All right, so I did that. So finally you responded to this. So that's one. You could count it. He also has the intro to the new Power series where he makes a shot um at Ti in that. That's two. And then the track that he did with what you call it? With Max B, that's three. So in a way, yes, he's still keeping it going. And you could say possibly, if you want to honor the old joint, you could say possibly that 50 has three tracks in. Um, and let's just say the first all three are directed at Ti specifically. The last one, he's like talking about the son. He's like, little nigga, you don't even count. You know what I mean? Like that bar is like, yo, this between your father and me. And he made a few other shots, meme wise, where he was like saying, like, this is between your father and me. You ain't got nothing to do with this, kid. Stay out of grown folks' business. So this is interesting how 50 is doing it, where people was like, because 50 be online, he pay attention as much as he might be a troll or whatever. He cares about publicity. He cares about how the fans react to him. So 50 is really he's really digging in about okay what people saying. All right, so let me address it this way. Let me do this. So there's that's going on right now. But yeah, this is I don't know. It's just interesting to see it because I'm a Ti fan too. You know, I'm a Ti fan a little bit. I'm a 50 fan a little bit. So and I don't really like. I'm not like this. Like 50 got some joints. Ti got some joints, but I'm not like a. Oh my god! Like I gotta go to this Ti concert. I gotta go to this G Unit concert. Like I'm not like that. I'm not one of those fans. But not for those artists. I do have artists that I would be like, oh yo, I gotta go to this concert because it's like a chance in a lifetime. I don't look at Ti or 50 Cent as a chance in a lifetime concert. No shade to the fans that's out there. You know what I mean? But I just don't have that feeling towards towards him as an artist like that, or his music, or either of their music that much to be like I'm gonna take off work or something. You know what I mean? You know, to go see them or some shit. To White Howard, to White Howard be wildin', bro. Yeah, man. I was watching something earlier about Kai Sanat too. Like, um, so they saying when Kai Sanat made a million on Twitch, like everything went crazy. Like, is it really about the shorties or is it about? Because I was watching, it was Trap Lord Ross. Is it just like he just wanted to really get into fashion? Like I think he really just wanted to get into fashion. His clothes did really well on the first drop. Like when they first dropped, he like sold out of all his merchandise. So I mean, people fuck with his clothes, like they do. So yo, big up to him, man. He a young man. He doing what he want to do. You know, he living his dreams. Like I can only admire that. me see what else we got. So, gotta ask this question. All right. The BAFTA Tourette outburst. A person at an event, you at a damn, what you call it? You at a damn event, award show event, and somebody yells out a racial slur. Like randomly, like you just yell out a racial slur, people gonna feel some type of way. They don't care that you got some condition because first they don't know that you got some condition. They just hear you yelling some obscene term or something. You just saying something crazy. So they don't know that you got whatever you got. You know what I mean? So you just yell out, you know, a racial slur, the N word, and these people. But see, I like how they handled it because I'm glad they ain't pull a Will Smith. Now we gotta say that. Now we gotta say that. We would have never said that before. Now we gotta say it. Because we all go through shit where life, you know, this is this is really the journey of a man. Like we go through shit in life, and regardless of what we go through, we still got a job to do. Like I still have to do this, even though I'm going through this as a man, I still got to do this. So I'll deal with this later. I'll deal with this now. That's how it usually is. So keeping our resolve and being stoic, as they like to say, stoicism is supposed to be a huge trait for a gentleman. Um, it's tough in times of extreme duress. You still got niggas ain't James Bond. It ain't a lot of dudes out here that's James Bond. Shaken, not stirred. Like you feel me? Like a lot of dudes ain't out here moving like that. A lot of dudes is they going through the motions with life and they human. A lot of these dudes are emotional wrecks, just like the women that they fuck with. There's a lot of things that be going on internally that you got to deal with, and you got to conquer that mountain. And then after you conquer that, you got the journey of life that you got to deal with after. You know what I mean? It doesn't stop when you get to the top of Mount Everest. That's not where it ends. That's where it begins. And it's crazy because we find ourselves just trying to stay afloat in different areas of life. I was having a conversation, you know, not too long ago, and I'm saying like I feel like women don't want a man that's broken. They don't want a man that's broke, and they don't want a man after they've broke him. You know what I mean? So you gotta be already together, and you gotta keep it together through everything that goes on. No matter what situation you deal with, you still gotta hold your poise. I heard some women, they cheat on a dude, the dude catches them, and they're like, "Oh my God, you need to calm down. You need to stop yelling right now because you're making me upset." Like, what? Is she really saying you need to calm down? You're making me upset, and you just got caught cheating on me? Like, that's crazy. That don't make no sense to me, man. Like that's bugged out. But it be like that, yo. Yo, I'm about to get a J. Yeah. No, you're not on the camera. The phone right here. But yeah, man, like I feel like men don't get the credit that they deserve for dealing with, life's challenges under extreme duress, period. You know what I mean? The way that those guys handled themselves during that award show was awesome. Like I I couldn't have handled it better myself. You yelling out slurs and I'm up here, I would have, it would have just slipped out of my mouth to say STFU. You know what I mean? Uh, It would have been so easy. It would have been so easy to say that, you know. But um, they handled themselves, they addressed it, they understood the situation and the assignment. And like I said, they didn't pull a Will Smith. But you can't be mad at Will Smith either, because you can't tell people how to react when they feel a certain way when you've been under certain things. But I'm just saying, a lot of times we overlook that men can end up like Will Smith. Going through all the stuff that he went through, he finally decides to do it at one of the most uh important events in his career. You know what I mean? Like that was crazy. And then he gets banned from coming to any other award shows for like 10 years. You know what I mean? Oh, and I made a NFT. If you guys scroll down in the description, it's NFT. It's a NFT of a Pokemon card that I made with Will Smith smacking somebody. Invest in it, man. You know what I mean? That smack is monumental. And I did it the day that the smack happened. So it's really like it's immortalized. It's been around since that day. But yeah, like you can't expect a man to always keep it together. Like there's sometimes when we're going through things and shit just happens. But a lot of times, yeah, men be going through shit and they crash out. But you don't realize how much stuff a man is going through until they crash out. That's when you know. But everybody's like, oh, you gotta talk to him. You know what I mean? And then you like you don't feel like talking to him. You just assume that this is what it is or whatever without anything. You know what it is a lot of times too. I'm speaking for myself, but I think a lot of men do this. I know what needs to be done. Just let me do it. You don't need to. I don't need to tell you every step. I don't need to tell you all this because a lot of times when you're telling people stuff, they don't know and they start making suggestions, and it kind of fucks it up. Like this is what I need to do, and just let me do it. Like don't worry about none of that. But sometimes people be like, "Yo, nah, like I need to worry about this because," and that's why you don't be wanting people there when you're doing what you gotta do. If you're a professional, you don't want nobody like observing you while you're doing it, critiquing you. Like, get out of here. If you know how to do it, why you ain't do it? But it be that, and it be among other things. Like when men, we just want to do what we got to do and just get out of our way, and that's what we like. Even with other men, like just move, Stanley. Jeez, let me finish what I'm doing. Speaking of Stanley, I was watching a documentary. I know this is an old situation, but I was watching a documentary about what is his name? Santana. The guy that was on Steve Harvey show. What's his name? Merlin Santana, right. So Merlin Santana and the other boy that played Michael Jackson, they were friends. They were really close friends. And they were in the car together. I never knew he was in the car when it happened. What is his name?
That from the people under the stairs.
Yes. Yeah. He was with him.
I seen that,
right?
I didn't know that either.
And I was like, whoa, really that was mind blowing. They met the girl. The girl was a mutual friend of theirs. And the girl, I guess, was upset and told her boyfriend a lie. And her boyfriend was like jealous. And he had like a high powered sniper rifle or something with a laser. But he had a laser and he got Merlin Santana in the back of the head. And the other dude, the other actor, he stayed out of acting. I'm not gonna call him other actor. I'm gonna give him some respect.
He was in the Sandlot too.
He hasn't been in the hold on. He hasn't been in movies since for a decade. Over a decade since the incident.
No, he's been in movies. He been in like B movies.
He's been in movies recently. He's been getting back into it, but since the incident, he wasn't in any films for a decade. And a lot of people was like, you could understand how somebody could be affected by that because I mean, if that was really your friend, like coming up as a childhood star, they both were on the Cosby Show. They were both on a few other shows. You know what I mean? And they were cameos on other shows together. You know, so they was always working out, going up to casting calls together. And they probably was too big to go to like casting calls and shit, but they went to other things to meet up. You know what I mean? Together as as bros, and it's just crazy. Just going back to my point, you gotta be careful with who you dealing with. You know what I mean, man or a woman. Like you're not really safe. But then another thing with men, like we don't talk about certain shit. Like I'm about to go do this, and I don't gotta tell nobody nothing. That's how adults are. So sometimes we be walking right into a crazy situation, and we end up, fucking ourselves over.
The guy, the rapper, said he was cool with him too. What's his name? That was on Moesha. That dated that.
Fredro?
Was that his name? Fredro Star? Yeah.
From Onyx?
Yeah. He said he was they was cool too. Like he was and the other Hakeem. They was from the show. I liked him on the Steve Harvey show. Well, every day he was on the Cosby Show.
Yeah, he was Stanley.
Yeah.
I was talking about the Benzino situation. I played the sound bite of it, but I don't know, the original stream had dropped. We had some people commenting and stuff.
Yeah, Mom told me.
I hope we could retrieve it back because they was asking some good questions when I was talking about the Iran thing. Whenever we talk about anything that have to deal with the W word that ends with R, whenever we say anything about that, it always something happens. Now I don't know if it's because of YouTube standards because they don't warn you. Sometimes they just do shit. So I don't know if that's what it was. I don't know if it's because I had too much stuff on my phone. I don't know. I don't know what, but that kind of bothered me, like because we was really digging in with that conversation. It was a lot of stuff that I was unpacking, not just myself, but with the people that was talking in the comments because saying, I was making a joke because remember yesterday we were talking about Trump is autistic, and that could have been a trigger, you know what I mean? But talking about that, and I'm like, yo, like at the end of the day, it's people that function at a high level that have those issues.
Yeah, it's a spectrum.
So it's very possible that he could be like. One thing that I wouldn't even deny is that he is a narcissist. I feel like he exhibits so much narcissistic behavior that you could easily properly diagnose him just from watching him. Some of the situations that he's done over time, But
And psychologists say most of the or that fits the type of field that
right.
narcissists
People
would
that
be
are in
into.
charge, yeah, leaders. Most of the time, leaders are narcissists. Someone was making a joke, and it was like, shoot, well, let me be a narcissist, then I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta get stuff done. And I was like thinking about it, like, yeah, you have to be a narcissist to run certain companies and do certain things because
You can't let your emotions get in the
yeah,
way.
you can't let your emotions get involved in the business needs. So it's crazy like that, like how true it is, yo. But it really be like that. Um, but yo, talk about what you think about the 50 Cent and the Harris family. Harris family.
So yeah, 50 Cent, I'm sick of him. He's the problem. Like cause it's too many people that but we know 50 Cent is petty. Um, they asked this question on oh, they asked this question on Let's Rap About It. Shout out to that podcast with Jim Jones, Dave East, Mano, and Fabulous. They said, is a child stepping in problematic, or um, is it honorable or something like that? I don't remember the exact question, but it's basically saying like, should a child stay in a child's place, or were they right to defend their father and mom and stepmother? Because as you guys probably know, 50 Cent is yet again viral on the internet. Um, this time it's between him, Ti, and Ti's children have gotten involved in it now, even down to Eris, his youngest daughter. Um, Even so, we have King, which is his son with Tiny. Then we have Damani, which is his son from a previous relationship. And we have Messiah. Messiah is his son from a previous relationship, and him and Damani share the same mother. And Eris is Ti and Tiny's daughter together. So they all have come out. Damani has made 2 diss tracks now. King has made a diss track. Messiah has made a diss track, aka Buddy Red. Um, this is talk about the family coming together. Like this is what we ask for, black people sticking together. They're a family. So are they out of line for coming into the defense of their parents? Or are they wrong because they're all adults. They're over the age of 18, all of them. So they're technically, legally, they're not children. But uh 50 Cent, this is grown man's business, 50 Cent and Ti are way old, that's their father, and 50 Cent is he's an adult around his age, or Ti might be older, I'm not sure. But because I don't know the exact ages, but the point is, the question: should they stay in a child's place, or are they right to come to the defense of their parents? And the way they went about it, is that appropriate? Um, that's a extra question. I don't see anything wrong with them doing that because, this is what they're in the music industry. It's shedding. Now they get to promote their music. People get to hear Damani. You know, we haven't we haven't heard Damani. I mean, Damani wasn't very popular. King was popular, but not for his music, but for being because he said he stand on business or whatever. But I listened to Damani. Actually, there were a couple of songs that came out. I haven't listened to like his whole album or anything, but I came across a couple of records by Damani, and I actually like his music. The way he raps, his tone of voice, like the way that he sounds, not actually what he's saying, but the way that he sounds, he reminds me of J. Cole. And he's not a bad rapper. But King, on the other hand, I don't know, not much a fan of his music. Messiah has like a Lenny Kravitz type of vibe going on or whatever. So I'm really, and then they even got Eris, the youngest daughter. She was singing. Um, I don't have a problem with them making diss records, you know, defending them. They are well, except for Eris. Eris is under the age of 18, so maybe she should stay in the child's place. She shouldn't be a part of this, and also she's a girl, and this is amongst men right now. But I do understand them coming to the defense of their mom, but I don't where they are wrong. And as far as coming to the defense, that's fine. This is the music industry. You're putting out, nobody's getting hurt, but you're saying some things that could get you hurt potentially. King, you don't talk about no, but I mean, I get it. He spoke about your mom. Well, he didn't say anything. He posted a picture of her actually that was already circulating the internet, and it it wasn't a very flattering photo. I'll just say that. So um, then he said, dig up your mom and all of this. You know, he started talking about his 50 Cent mom had passed years ago. Um, so, you know, I don't, that's not okay to talk about somebody's deceased relative. So that's where I would say he took it too far because 50 Cent didn't actually say anything about his mom. He just posted a picture.
I disagree.
So it's different. And then I also see that King apologized to Marquise because it was like, my bad for talking about your grandmother. He was like, this don't got nothing to do with you. He was like, but we could chop it up if you want, you know, we could talk about it or whatever. This is no disrespect to you. But you can't really like, I mean, he could say how he wanted, but that's his grandma. I'm not sure how, if they had a relationship or if he knew his grandmother or whatever. I don't know. I'm not sure how old he was or if he was even born when the grandmother passed away. I'm not sure. Because 50 Cent mom passed away a long time ago. So, and I don't know the dynamic or if since he doesn't have a good relationship with his son, as you know, publicly that we've seen. I don't know how well he knew his grandmother, if he knew her at all. So, or like I said, I don't know when she passed, but it was years ago. So he may not have even been born. Um, but you're gonna say that, and then King still said something else. He's still saying stuff about her. So it's like you can't say that and then say it's not that's his grandmother. If he can feel the way if he wants, regardless if you apologize and say you didn't mean no disrespect because you thought his grandmother passed away. I mean, if you didn't know her, then that's different. That's why I said I don't know what the situation is behind that. But that's my only thing. I don't have a problem with them saying stuff. They're grown. It's the rap industry. People do diss records. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. But I think it is such thing as too far. Because if 50 Cent actually said something about his mom, as opposed to posting a picture that was already out circulating on the internet, then I would understand. But you took it a step further.
I'm not condoning. I
ain't condoning it.
No. This is what I'm saying. I'm not condoning. I'm not condoning how someone reacts when it's one of these type of situations. Like, again, like I was saying earlier, you don't want to pull a Will Smith, but you could also understand, put yourself in Will Smith's situation. He's dealing with something else. So I don't care about, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like when people be like, oh, like they shouldn't have shot him, like ain't no reason for them. Well, you know what? People need to learn how to there's consequences that come in life regardless of how you dealing with it. And then we get into the game of right and wrong. But I always feel like it don't matter about right and wrong when you feel disrespected. Fuck all that shit. Like people be like, oh, you should never spit on nobody. Like you could say whatever. Yeah, but you said something to them that was like spitting in their face. And I feel like this. If your mom is passed away, then don't talk about my mom. Don't show pictures of my mom. Don't poke fun at my mom. Don't say anything negative about my mom and your mom isn't here. Because you know what? I grew up in the 90s. Mama jokes was the thing. Mother is dead or whatever. I'll step on your mother's grave and all this other stuff. Yeah, it'll start a fight, and that's what it is. It's about a fight. It's not about being friendly once you've already crossed that line. There's no rules. Just like when people be like, "Oh yeah, you gotta let them get up off the ground." Niggas used to stomp people. Like we gotta stop acting like the
If somebody
world is
puts their
this.
hands on you, then
Well,
that's
no,
different.
because I'm talking about different dynamics of how people deal with things, but people have gotten to this point where okay, you know, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be civil, and I agree. There are times where you can be civil, but this is entertainment, purely that. If this motherfucker, he's trolling. He already came out and said what he said, posting pictures. Why did he have to do it? I
Is
don't give
that
a fuck
mine?
if it's public. Why'd you have to do it? You know what I mean?
Is that mine? That water?
I didn't have one answer. Why did you do it? For me, it's like you wanted smoke. And I was talking about this earlier before you came on, but I want to make my point before I go into that. If you say something about somebody's mom alive or passed away, or make a statement towards them or insult them, the gloves are off. Now you have to deal with the consequences. What are those consequences? What do they consist of? Your mom passed away. You should have thought about that first. I don't care. I'm one of those people. My sister might be a little lighter hearted. I don't give a fuck personally. You say something, now you've already gotten into that arena. Now you've already stepped into that ring. So now the next thing that happens is what it is. You've already started this shit. You've created this monster. Deal with it. You know what I mean? Fuck all the nice shit. Nice shit went out the window when you already said this shit. Now I'm going to address it my way. This is what you want to do. You want to play this game? Okay, let's play this game, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And some people don't like it because it's distasteful. But haven't we just literally just witnessed several parts of distastefulness? We're not gonna pick and choose and try to appeal to right is right and right is wrong because of fandom. I don't give a fuck. And I said
I
this
don't know who's
earlier. I
doing
said
it
this
because
earlier.
I've never
I'm
been.
not really like a huge fan of either. These aren't concerts that I would be like, I'm dying to go to it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind if it was free, I'd go, but I'm not a big G Unit fan like that, and I'm not a big Ti fan like that. But I love some of their songs. But what I would say is, and I do have artists that I would do that for. They're just not them. So what I would say is, because I don't have that dog in the fight, I can honestly say that it's what is it? Not even made the best man win. Well, the stronger survive. Made the stronger survive.
So whenever I say my opinion about something, it's never when I don't know the people because I don't know them personally, right? So I don't care. I'm not, and I wouldn't really consider myself a fan. Like you said, I listen. I like some of both of their music. Even the Damani, he has a couple songs that I like or whatever. I like his style or whatever. But that's not. I'm specifically speaking on what's being done. So even
No, I'm
if
talking
it
about
was
Ti and 50, not the family.
no, I'm saying I know. I'm saying them too. I
Mm.
like you said about 50 Cent Ti, and I added the child in since he's a part of it. And I'm saying
A part of
but
this
that's
little
not
exchange.
yeah, but that's
Mm.
not the reason my stance is. It doesn't matter who it is.
Mm.
If it was the only way, my thoughts are not going to change. But if I knew the person personally, if it's a family member or something, then I would be on their side. But I would if they did something wrong, like in terms of if I have to protect them or something like
Right.
that. But I would still have the same opinion because he
Right.
didn't
I got the same
actually
opinion. I'm
because
neutral.
he didn't actually say
It
anything.
don't
He
matter.
posted a picture and he didn't
That's why I said
create.
it don't matter because
I know
because
what
we
you're
understand both of
saying.
those contexts, and I'm
Yeah.
saying your
Because
stance
you're
your
saying
stance
if
is
you
sound.
say
I'm saying
something
that's
about my
fine. I'm
mom,
saying that's
he
fine
didn't
what you
say.
said. What you said is fine, and I'm not disputing that you're wrong. I'm never saying that that's wrong. What I'm saying is I don't personally give a fuck. You've already inserted yourself in the equation, regardless of who this individual was. It could be 50 Cent, it could be Jesus versus the devil, it could be whoever. I'm saying that an individual placed something personal on the forefront, however they did it. Public, because we always get into this thing with social media. Well, it's out there. Everybody's seeing it. Because Corey Holcombe does that dance. It doesn't matter because your intention is behind it. We know what you're doing with this piece. We know it's unflattering, right? And so you chose to do this. So he could have chose for anybody that probably reposted it, but it's better to go at him because he's the bigger fish. Which I said in the beginning of the situation when it first happened. I said, damn, he chose the right one. Like, why he do that? You know what I mean? But then I'm like, when they started to go into it and with the tombstone and everything like that, I didn't flinch. Like I was like okay. And then a lot of people felt uncomfortable about it. You see some people in the comments like, oh man, he went to the mom. But then you
And
see
now
other
he
people
got
in the hold on. You see other people in the comments that are with my stance. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, you still brought insulting matters out there to the open. Keep my name out your mouth. This is saying like, okay, well, look at this. Now keep my name out your mouth. Whatever the case may be, it could have been something that he made himself, like memes that he puts out, or it could have been something that's already public thing. But why did you think that it was okay to insert yourself in this situation? Similar to like what he did with the Diddy piece. Like, why did you think it was okay for you to insert yourself into this situation? What made you feel like you needed to do this? You know what I mean? So that's why I'm with whatever. Like I'm not with like, oh well, he shouldn't have did like this to his mom. That was crossing the line. I don't think it was crossing the line, person. I'm a very logical sound person. I don't think it was crossing the line because of one, the person that's doing this, karma comes around like a motherfucker. And then two, he knows what he's doing. He's very cerebral, as I was saying earlier. I think he wanted the smoke. I think he wanted to insinuate this situation, and he was doing it very divisively. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it like this because we could also look at it like this. Because I'm not even counting the other people, but let's just say we're just counting it with Ti. 50 is 3 disses to 4 with Ti because he has the track that he put out a long time ago that Ti never addressed, right? Then because Ti's got 4 tracks, and then 50's got the um the track that he did with Max B. You heard that one, and then he's got the intro to
Power Origin.
Power, right? Where he makes a little shot at him. So he's got 3. It may not be a full fledged battle back and forth type of thing, but that's the way they do it with these diss tracks. They throw little jabs here and there, but at least they address it. So he has 3 that he has. If you want to add the old shit, you know what I mean? And that's the way he's doing it mentally. Like he don't have to do it, but he's gonna do it because he reads the comments. He knows what people are talking about. So he's gonna come and he's probably gonna fall back with a lawsuit. He's probably not gonna go forward with the lawsuit. It's probably like a fucking joke. But he's still gonna do all this other shit because he's having fun while he's doing it. So I don't think it really hurt him when King put that thing out about his mom. Yeah, he probably felt some type of way, but he know what door he's opening, and he's like, yo, kid, you out of line, kid, or something like that. But nigga, you talk about somebody's mother, nigga, they not out of line, my nigga. Your mom alive or your mom is deceased. They're not out of line by addressing you after you come at their mom. That's just from a son's perspective. I just feel like alive or deceased is for your responsibility really for you to defend your family's honor. And I lay my plane there. I'm not gonna really talk too much about it, but we definitely have opposing views on it. But I'm not saying that you're wrong because that is that is a civilized way to handle things. But sometimes
I didn't say I
you can't
wouldn't
be
say
civilized.
anything at all. I just wouldn't have said
Yeah, but
anything
I'm
about his
saying
mom because even
that the
now,
level shit goes
if
out the
he
window to me sometimes.
yeah, but to me, if he actually
Cause
said
you being
something
nice.
about that's not being nice.
It
That's just
is.
how I
It is.
can I get out what I'm
That's
saying.
being nice.
That's your opinion,
You
but I
don't think
didn't
it's
say I
being nice
wouldn't
because you
address
wouldn't go.
it.
I'm
But
not gonna go
I
that
go to the
far.
yeah, I stay
That's what
on
I'm
the
saying.
level of that you're on. If
Yeah,
somebody
there's no
put their
level.
hands on me, like to use that as an
Because you're not
example,
putting your
then
hands on them either.
that's different.
It's the
There's
words.
no when I'm fighting someone, I'm not thinking about it's levels because I'm
You got to
defending
be able to
myself.
fight two
But
ways with your words and
yeah,
with your
and I
hands.
can, but
And
I
if
wouldn't have
and I feel
went
like
about it the way
and
he
I
did.
congratulate King because he hit him where it hurted. He made him want to say something. You know what I mean? Like he might have said something and 50 might have just ignored it or whatever, even though he's super petty. But he said something that he knew was gonna get his attention. He's got T-shirts. You know what I mean? There's other people that are celebrities that are wearing those T-shirts. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like he's really going hard. It's like WWE. Just hit the refresh. Um, but I like that I like that he wanted to just push it to just push it instead of like falling back like nah I ain't gonna do it. Now yeah maybe we could say maybe he could have not went that hard or it could have kept it light or whatever. But King is very emotional, so he's going to go hard like that. He's gonna probably do something like that. That's just in his character. But 50 is also the same type of person. 50 is also a person to go that hard on a person. He's not the person to hold back. So I feel like in the nature of the situation, and maybe in like some situations you could probably handle it could be a circumstantial approach. Because yeah, if somebody just say, um, you know, it looked like your feet hurt with them shoes you got on. They too small or something like that. You know what I mean? And somebody say, well, that's why your dead mother don't got no shoes. You know what I mean? Like I think that might be extra, but that's like in the situation. It's not really like the person trying to troll you on social media and everybody's exposed to you or something like that. They might be saying like your fear. They might actually be concerned about your health and well being versus this motherfucker is really trying to mock you like type of shit. So I feel like in that type of sense, yeah, there could be ways that you could approach it, but I'm just saying you can't. People keep trying to police people and what they would probably do when they're disrespecting a certain situation, but you can't
But
think of
that's
it
what
like
we're
that. It's
saying.
just consequences
We
in
have an opinion
I'm sorry,
on
consequences in society.
it. That's what it was about. We giving our opinion on it. Whether they do it or not is up to them. Nobody said they had to listen to it, but everybody's giving their opinion on the subject.
When do you think it's appropriate to disrespect um, deceased relatives? Only when they're brought up, or you could do it even before they're brought up? Do you think that that's always crossing the line, or do you think that there's acceptable arguments where that can be brought up? Like obviously not in a debate, but I mean like really like you know profanity's been exchanged and things like that. When it's getting to that level, would the deceased family members be brought up in those arguments, or no? That's not even acceptable.
I just don't do that.
Like if you
Like,
gotta
cause
fight,
I
then fight. If you gotta talk, then talk. You one of those
yeah,
type.
cause I don't want to sit and go back and forth with the people I said crazy stuff to me that I'm like, but I don't because it's like I don't want to sit and do that. I don't want to sit and go back and forth and do it. Like, what are we doing? Like, what's the purpose? I'll say something back, but I'll probably leave it alone. If you're just gonna keep like I'm not, but I don't I would never bring up somebody um that passed away and be like, that's what you get. People have done it on Clubhouse multiple times to people, like, because must they must have known or been talking about in conversation before somebody passed away and people bring it up, and I think that's fucked up. I would be mad or feel away. But that's what I'm saying. He posted it. Like the issue is the bigger issue is she has she looked like that picture. Like I said, it was not flattering. She got her body
So you're
done
judging
and
her?
everybody. So this is what I'm saying. This picture was floating around before. Did you
I
go and
understand.
say something to all these people
I
and
understand.
say something about their mom
I
because
said
they?
something. I said something about that, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
just saying.
know.
But like, but then again, we're judging her, but we're not looking at the situation from his perspective. That's still his mom. Even though, like, yeah, everybody's saying that. You know that this is the bigger fish. You know that this person is more more influential than anybody else. You saying something about it or me saying something about it doesn't fucking matter. It matters about an influential individual. Like, shit, if Tay Diggs said something, he probably would have came at him. Like, these are people that matter. I'm not gonna give you clout. He's not gonna give you clout because you're insulting his mom. He might shut you down. He got money to do whatever. You know what I mean? But he's not gonna waste his time on a guppy when he can go after the shark. You know what I mean? And I feel like you coming at my mom from the position that you're at is really it really makes me feel the type of way. You know what I mean? Like who are you? Like you're not perfect. You're not special. Like you need to leave my family alone. Like don't you know what I mean? So now, like I said, as a man, you feel inclined to defend your family. Like I was watching Baki, the anime Baki, and Baki, he don't like when nobody protect him. He want to protect himself. So he made his body a machine. You know what I mean? Not really a machine, but he made it the ultimate fighting machine, the world's strongest fighter. You know what I mean? To be able to protect himself and the people that he cares about, so nobody else would have to do it. And so I feel like as a man, you probably hold that in, like subconsciously, like I don't want nobody else to take the responsibility of protecting my family. I'm gonna do it. So he probably like just standing 10 toes, like, oh, this nigga, he not about to come at us. Like what I could dig up. I all I got right now, this nigga a billionaire. What else can I say about him? Shit, his mom passed. I'm about to come at her. You know what I mean? I'm about to really hurt him, like, and be childish about it, cause he childish too. You know what I mean? So I look at that as like shit. It's still it still seemed like he still was like, giving an aggressive response to somebody that usually gives an aggressive response. Shit. And you know, in terms of like him going that far, I feel like it's the same as when people insult, because you either gonna be like I said with you just a few minutes ago, you either gonna be like, shit, I don't um I don't want to do all that talking. And we gonna fight. Ain't no reason to do it. But there's the thing about provocation. I want to push you. I want to hurt you. I want you to be mad. I want you to try to fight me. I want you to try to do something to me. I want you to take it there.
Hello. Mom made some fish. She said you want something with it.
Yeah, but what you mean with it?
Go leave it in stream.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
but yeah, like once you disrespect me, because I'm one of those type of people where I like to joke. I like to push buttons. I know what buttons hurt, and I've played nice. I've had word conversations with people. I mean, word fights with people, I guess. And people have tried to push buttons. So I always would take it to the level that they would take it to, and then when they want to get personal, then I get personal. But bringing up the dad is always it's only been a line across when you want the physical altercation most of the time. A lot of times for me, if I really don't respect you, because it's really like that's the measure of respect. What insult I'm gonna give you is how much I respect you. I've lost all my respect for you, so now I'm gonna talk about the people that you care about. Now I'm gonna take it outside of us. It's not just between me and you. Now it's everything you love, everything you care about. That really only happens when you really just don't want you just despise that person. You don't want that person here anymore. There's never gonna be any we're never gonna be able to reconcile after this. Like that's like this is it. You know what I mean? Like I've literally wrote a rap that I hope I never have to say to anybody. You know what I mean? Like it's so vile and so and so
Mhm.
and so terrible that it it really like the person if they want to be my friend after they only trying to be my friend so they can set me up. That's the type of joint it is. So if you take it there, you could take it there, but it's just like if you take it there, it's no coming back because I'm not gonna be able to trust you. I might still let you come back, but I always got one eye open when I'm sleeping around you. I'm always like paying attention. You can't be whenever you around somebody else around that I trust, like you know what I mean, like because I don't trust you. You feel me? Like I really would move. I really would move a certain type of way, or I just want to be around you. Like I just would keep my distance from you because I can't trust you. If I can't trust you, then I'm not gonna be around you because and it's not fear. It's more like just awareness because I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean? I am and have been a licensed carrier for firearm, and not only that, like I won't hesitate to hurt you, like type shit. So I have to really think about like who I let in my circle, and I have a lot of patience. But I have patience for people that I know. People that I don't know that's coming sideways, like I don't know what you capable of doing. So things could escalate pretty quickly. But I'm 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 understanding in certain situations, even when others aren't understanding certain situations, just because of the shit that I've been in, shit that I've been exposed to. I see it from many different perspectives, not just the black and white, not just the right and wrong, but the well, possibly the mm, this could happen if this happens. You know what I mean? Like so, there's all these different alternatives, but the ones that I'm used to seeing the majority of the time, in my experience, is what I like usually support as being something that I could see like more likely of happening. And to avoid this, you should do this. But with this internet shit, I think it's fair. I think it's perfectly fair. They could be in a grown ass troll. This nigga like 50 years old trolling. You know what I mean? Like that's what he do. He get his rocks off on that shit. Like he's good at this. He's good at what we doing right now. We talking about him. We got a picture of Dwight Howard up, but we talking about 50 Cent. Like he's good at this. He's been good at it. We're gonna be talking about 50 Cent for 50 years, possibly more, because there's so many more seasons of Power and all these other shits that he got going on.
Yeah, he got two coming out.
Documentary.
Power Origins and Power Legacy is they're working on that.
Nigga Ti said we could go doc for doc.
He said he's gonna make 50 Cent said he's gonna make a documentary about T.I. and Tiny in their dark past.
But 50 got a documentary about burning down houses. Like, what's that about? You gotta talk about
He about who burns down
it.
houses.
50 burning down houses.
He made it himself.
Oh, you never heard about that? See, everything comes out when people start talking about other people because they want to show you that these people are innocent. Now, when we talk about people could change their life and people could turn around and they doing something better now, or I get all that, but we also hold people accountable to the level of the crime that they committed in their past. So if we gonna hold everybody to that standard, then we have to hold everybody accountable to that standard. So there's an allegation about 50 trying to allegedly paying somebody to burn down his baby mother's house while her and her child was in it.
Oh yeah, I did.
They threw a Molotov cocktail through the window.
Somebody, the baby mom, said that he did.
Yeah, they got out and she was giving a police report and she was giving a report to it and everything. And he had said it to her before that, allegedly. That's what she said, right? So, do we know if it's true or not? We don't know, but it's enough to make a documentary. And he not in his
I
child's
said
life
that
to this day.
before when he was talking about
He got
Jim and them.
got
He
issues
said
with
in
his
that
baby
song.
mothers.
He said in that song, after the VMAs, my baby mama cussed my ass out. I kicked her ass. We back friends like Puffy and Steve Stout. He said that. I said 50 Cent is petty, but I just don't be wanting to go back and forth with people.
Petty and abusive is different. You know what I mean? It's like you could be petty.
He's both.
Okay, there you go. But one might be a little worse. Cause I think everybody could be a little petty at times, but I would prefer you be petty than you to be uh abusive, beating the shit out of me. You know what I mean? You could be petty and be like, I'm taking the keys to the car.
But nobody
But
paid attention
I would
to
rather
it.
you
People
not
was listening to
try
that
to
song.
hit me with your car. You
That
feel
was
me?
a popular song. And I thought about it. I'm like, well, when it's a lot of songs that people made that they said some fucked up shit. Just like Rick Ross. She ain't even know it. That's goofy.
Right.
That's not nothing.
Now did he do it is another thing, right?
But I wouldn't even make a song about no shit.
But
like
they
that.
make songs about sniffing drugs and stuff like that. That's
you
all
doing that
bad.
to yourself.
It's all bad stuff
Saying
though.
what you did to somebody else and volunteering
Doing
is
bad
different.
things though. You feel me? Like
It's different. That's yourself.
I'm saying
if you want to do
it's
drugs,
still
then that's your
these are.
body. You
But
only
I'm just
hurting
saying
yourself.
these are. But
Inflicting stuff on
saying
other
is
people is not is different.
what you're saying is a distasteful act. He shouldn't have done it. He shouldn't have said it. But that's what I'm saying. There's several other distasteful acts that they talk about in music. That's the only correlation that I'm making. I'm not saying that, you doing something to yourself that's bad is just as bad as you doing something to someone else. Or I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying it's still glorified. Like, there's Eminem threatening to delete his mom, and you know what I mean? Like, come on, like there's and again, I try to be objective because it's music to me. That's my objective stance on it. It's music. It's an art form. It's the way that they describe things. The way that they do it, sometimes people don't like it. Like a lot of people don't like Corey Holcomb's comedy. You know what I mean? Because he talks about he gonna have a stand in the back of the baby deletion clinics. You know what I mean? Selling T-shirts. You know what I mean? Like, like people shouldn't laugh. It's funny, but people like to make jokes of situations that are real because it makes it easier for them to deal with these things. Sometimes humor, laughter is the best medicine. But I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. And I'm not, but even saying I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I'm not saying that it is right. But only thing that I'm saying is that they have fucked up shit in music all the time. I think the job is really for the parents to police what their children listen to.
The only reason why I said that is because we were talking about, you said that he You got to do your research. People are not innocent, which I
Yeah,
never
but I'm
thought.
not talking about
I
through music.
I
Niggas be
never
lying in their
thought
music.
I never thought that he was innocent, but I'm just saying he talked about what this aligns with what he said. If he did
Yeah.
something like that, that's believable because you put it in a song that you put your hands on her, allegedly or whatever.
And some
So
people say things in songs that people want to do. Sometimes people want to kick their girl's ass. It's not something that's a good thing, but sometimes they do. Sometimes parents want to strangle their kids, right? Don't they say that? You know what I mean? But of course they're not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Um, it sometimes when people say things, it's more of a play on words and a euphemism than anything else. But when you're saying it in a sense just to rhyme with something, they're talking about something that they probably have done, something that they may have experienced, or just talking about the frustration and getting it out on paper. Like you be imagine what people write in their journals. Like it would sound like Eminem. You know what I mean? Like if that was really what music people would make, because there's times where that person that walked in front of the car when the light was green, and you was like, you know, you wish you ran that person over. Like what? Like what the heck? That would be a lyric in a song,
yeah,
and
it's not
somebody
really
would be
about
able
the
to
lyric. I
relate
just
to it.
used that because you said the documentary, so that correlates with what she's saying. If he got someone to set the house on fire, this would make sense if you're
Right.
listening to what he said, not whether what because it sounded like you were saying, oh,
No,
he's
but I'm not
fucked
going
up
off of the
because they
music.
made a documentary
I'm not
and
going
she
off of the
said that
music
he
though.
set the house on fire. And it's like if you saying that you kicked her ass, whether you made it up or not, because people that I don't think you would make a song and say that somebody
you know
that you
what?
would that you
Let's
actually
separate
did it.
the two
Saying
points.
that you wanted
Nah, but
to
hold
and
on.
saying that you
But
actually
hold
did
on.
it are two different
Let's
things.
separate the 2 points because I would make music like that, but let's separate the 2 points to understand it because that could be sound clipped and then people would take it a different way without having the context behind it to understand it. So here's the thing about it. I was saying this earlier, but I said it in short. But I was just really saying that music is an art form. I look at it as an expression of art. Just like I was saying with the journal entries, like you're saying things or whatever that you're just saying things that are on your mind. Sometimes we have these thoughts or curiosities. It doesn't make us evil. It really doesn't. But we think about things because we're human. Sometimes we react to things, but music is vocalizing those expressions. So it's like you're feeling whatever you're feeling. That's what makes natural. That's what really makes good music when you're feeling something and you're talking about something that you probably experienced. That experience in the song, there's emotion behind it. You're saying it. You're probably crying when you're saying it because it's something that's so dear to you. Maybe it's that type of music. But saying
No,
certain
but he
type of
probably
things
really
that
did
probably
because this was when that award show.
maybe,
No, because let
but
me
I'm not
tell you
making that,
what
but
he's
I'm not
talking
making
about. Because
that
he said
correlation. That's
after the
not my
VMAs,
correlation.
this is what he's talking about. When
Okay.
Vivica Fox, and this wasn't at the VMAs, but I guess he just said that for the song. It was at an award show. Vivica Fox had on some dress or whatever, and he got an award for something. And he was like, I like to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress. So that's what he's talking about. She probably seen that. I don't know if she was there with him. This was when he was a newer artist or whatever. He hadn't gotten with Vivica Fox yet. This is the first time he said anything to her, I guess, or whatever. And then they showed her face, Vivica Fox. She was like she was flash. So that was like the start of their thing. He probably came home or she was there with him, and then she was like, "Motherfucker, what the fuck you mean? Then you want to thank her for wearing that dress or whatever?" And then she cussed him out, and then he probably did. It's a real story behind it. I'm not saying whether whatever is right,
Right.
whatever.
That's a good illustration. But I'm just saying I'm only speaking to.
Only because now the documentary is out. Because and he said he did do it, not that he wanted to. That's two different. He said I kicked her ass, not I want to kick her ass. So I don't think you kick nobody's ass to make a
Right.
song,
No,
a song track.
I'm just saying
I know it's just music,
in the music
but with
sense,
other
those things are
context.
right. But I'm just making a distinction of music like that doesn't alarm me because I like gangster music, and I hope it never disappears.
Because I like that song, but now
right,
that you're saying that, I'm just thinking about it in my mind.
It is,
like,
and it's very and to say that it is very possible that the two could be related. But what I'm just saying is that I'm not saying like just like you brought up Rick Ross, because I'm a Rick Ross fan, so I'm biased. But also I'm making an objective stance on it. I'm saying that even though he said what he said in his song, it's still music, and I like that song. So I just like listening to it. No, I'm not gonna do that because I'm old enough to know that that's not something I should do, and it's illegal, and I could go to prison. But also that I like the melody, I like what he's saying, I like the way it sounds. Yeah, it rhymes. Yeah, it's fucked up, but it's still dope. How it's still smooth, and the chick's still fucking with him even though he did that. You know what I mean? Like whatever. Like she wanted it, but she ain't know that I put. Like it could have been more context to it, but he didn't say that in the lyric because it didn't fit. It just this much of it fit. So this is what I said, and it's gonna be controversial. But he did it on purpose. Obviously, he wanted it to be controversial. He wanted people to say something about it, and people always talk about it. But I'm just saying with music, I just look at it as like you probably didn't have to say that, but you said it. So it's like that's still some bullshit. That's like, damn, he could say that shit and he ain't gonna get in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, it's just certain ways that you look at it with gangster music. Like when they say certain things, that's crazy. Like, I know you. Listen, I'm not. It's music, man.
That's actually a coward if you're really doing that, because then that makes you wonder. Yeah,
but nobody
I like the
thinking
song
about.
too.
I'm not thinking about it
but
like
why
that.
would you say
I'm not
that
thinking about
if
it like
you
that.
write your songs? Unless everything you write is a lie, typically, and when you're a songwriter, you write unless you write for other people. But if you write in this and this for yourself, I find it odd. Although, when the song came out, yeah, I was singing it too. But then I start to think about it.
Fucked up music for people to think
exactly. But that would make me look at you weird.
Like, yo, he fucked up. Like he out here Bill Cosby.
Like if I made a song
you know what I mean?
that I was like drugging niggas or something, then that would be
like what's her name? Cardi B. You know what I mean? When she said what she used to do. Yeah. Like, I mean, like it is the same thing, but from the artistic stance, like they say a lot of grimy shit in music, and when they say it, we just rocking out because it's loud, it's got a good melody or whatever. So we just listening to it, and then we listen to it like for the longest time, and this is a little bit lighter, but for the longest time, I'm listening to the Big Timers joint, and I ain't realized that everything that I was saying was some stupid ass broke ass shit. Like, why am I doing this? Like, why would I do any of the shit that I'm saying in this hook? Like, you know what I mean? I can't pay my rent and all my money spent. Why am I living like this? Why am I not paying my rent first? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why did I do this? Why am I so irresponsible? Ain't got no job, but I stay sharp. Like, what?
Gotta go to take a gas on my new E-Class.
Come on
my
now.
E-Class Benz, but that's okay, cause I'm alright.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Got everything in my mama name.
Like that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't realize that was what it was.
I knew the words, but I didn't. Yeah, because I was young.
And then now looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck? That's trifling as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I still like it. I still want to hear the song. I still
turn around and sit it down and let it bite over.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? I like it. I like it because they made it fun. And I was like, it's grimy because Rick Ross, he tried to make drugging a woman fun on a date. You know what I mean?
That's why I said that's where I draw the line. Right. There's like certain I don't know if I would look at you weird because, like, in my mind, and I write music
for that reason.
I would never write a song and say no wild shit. Like what would be in your head to make you say that if you're not actually doing this?
Why do people watch serial killer movies?
Watching it and making a song.
But listen. The person that created the movie, they created the movie for your pleasure. But I'm just saying, like, the person that watches these things, why do you like it? there's a desire for it, a guilty pleasure, if you will. You know what I mean? And I think with gangster rap, like
So he
it
has a
was
desire to drug women.
no, you're. I'm
You
talking about the music overall. Like, okay, like yeah, he
you
said
just
what he said,
use
and
the
he said what he
example.
said, right?
You watch
He said
movies
what
because you have
he
the
said what he
desire.
said, right?
So
But it's a whole thing of womanizing and things of that nature. So that whole situation, it's a whole glorification uh, process. That is a part of that process. So that's what he's talking about. But I'm saying with that song, what I'm looking at from that song is like, okay, this is just it's music is fucked up, but it's fucked up music. If you're listening to fucked up music, then you just listen to this fucked up type fucking music. When you listen to the music where they talk about pimp shit and all the crazy shit that the pimps do and whatever how they degrade women or whatever, it sounds fucked up, but it's a life that exists, and sometimes people want to pique their interest into that lifestyle. What is going on? What the fuck is going on? Are you really doing this stuff? Are you doing the things that you're describing in this music? You know what I mean? So it's more curiosity, but it's like that's why people buy it. They buy it for that shit. They're not trying to be they're not trying to have a moral standpoint. Like that's for the R&B and all that shit. You know what I mean? When you get into gangster rap and you get into hardcore rap music or whatever, that's what you expect. When you listen to hardcore rock
I
music,
don't
that's what
expect.
you expect.
You
You
talk
hear
about
you
drugging
hear words,
people.
yeah, drugging people, beheading people, all types of shit in rock music. It's the same thing. But that's what I'm saying.
I don't
There's
listen to
there's
that rock,
people
so
that
that's
there's
different.
people that listen to it.
I listen to rock, but they don't be talking. The ones
They
I
do,
listen
they
to,
do, they do,
I know.
they do.
I said the ones that I like don't
Right, and but
talk
that's what I'm
about
saying.
that.
It
I
caters
didn't
to
say that they
it
don't.
caters to the particular
So that's
audience.
what I'm saying.
It caters to a particular audience,
That's
and it is
my,
and it is shunned
that's
and
yours.
again distasteful. But that's again that's the type of music. That's that brand of music. You know what you get when you subscribe to it. And I'm sure you don't really listen to him like that. So probably for that reason, because he seems very misogynistic. You know what I mean?
Who? Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
I do listen to Rick
All
Ross,
of them.
but that song is weird. I didn't say I don't stop listening to music for nobody. We're just giving our opinion on the topic that we're talking about.
Oh,
But
okay.
and I said when
I
I
thought you
first
were I thought you were using that to categorize him overall.
I'm saying thinking about it now after because I knew the words, but I didn't pay attention really to it. Okay. I never really paid attention to it like that. Like I just knew the words because it would come on, and I liked the song. But thinking about it now, it's like why? Like it's like that's you're weird for making a song like that because I make music and I don't. I think that's weird for you to say that you want to do these things
Just like when Biggie
or
said,
whatever.
"She looks so good, I suck on your daddy."
Yeah. I mean, and if you're gay, then just say that because that's you can't. That's unpausable. Like, but he's Biggie, so people overlook it or whatever. Like, I just think it's weird. It's gonna make me question
like like
everything.
like like it has to be something. It has to be something that's so crazy. Like
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 I'm gonna
what
watch you. Like if
like
I was
what
around
like what
somebody
would
and they
make
made
you?
a song like that, I'm gonna watch you. And if I start
She
to
look
see
she
other
looks so
shit, then
good.
I'll
I'm
be like,
happy. I'm happy. I'm so happy that God made you. So when He made you, He broke the mold. You better than sliced bread. I'll drink your bath water. You look so good.
That's
I'll
weird
suck
too.
on your on
Drinking
your
bath
dad's on your dad's penis. It's crossing the line. I think it is. But I'm a huge Biggie fan. So like that was like always questionable to me. Like why the hell would he say that? But then I'm like, I get why the metaphor, but I'm just like, man, that's pushing it. And it's one of those controversial metaphors that you look at in hip hop culture forever. Like you like, yo, like he really said this.
yeah.
But who do you think's winning in the 50 Cent versus the Harris family
Mm.
debacle?
Did you hear the mommy? I smell pussy.
I ain't hear. I don't think I heard that one.
Yeah, I don't know. It just makes me even Eminem. And I love Eminem's music. Eminem does have some crazy songs, and I just thought he was crazy. Like that was just my opinion about him because I liked it because I'm artistic. I'm open to different types of music. Like I said, I do listen to rock, but the ones it's certain rock songs that I like. No genre is there every song that comes from that genre that I like. There's music that I like and music that I don't. But in just about every genre, I have a song, a few songs that I like in that genre of music. But yeah, it just would make me look at you. Like you mentioned, I was just saying you mentioned Eminem. Like I listen to Eminem, but I always thought he was crazy because because like you said, the music he make, I love. He's very talented, but I thought he was crazy, like because the stuff that he talk about. Hey kids, you know you want to see me how it go through each one of my eyelids, nails.
Want to see me stick 9-inch nails in each
Each
one
one
of
of
my
my
eyelids?
eyelids.
9-inch nails is actually a rock group.
Yeah.
So he was like kind of using a entendre. That's what he's really known for, his entendres. Like he used so many words that have several different references in his verses. But I say he was crazy, but I think that crazy is a word that's used widely to describe things that we really don't understand because some of these people are geniuses,
And even in his
in
mom's
their own
song,
right.
he wasn't even really saying in that one, the cleaning of my closet one, he was just talking about what happened. But then he apologized for it later. But like years later. But
Then he make a song called "I'm Gonna Delete You."
yeah, I'ma delete you.
Mm-hmm.
But that was about his girlfriend.
Okay.
But yeah, he still made a song. That's why I said he be saying crazy stuff. Like, but I do like it, and I like that song too.
It's what's in your mind, what's in your head. You're talking about things that you want to express that you probably would write in a journal, and you're making music out of it.
Yeah, that's why I said it's exactly my point. It's in your head. So if that's in your head and in
What?
your
You're what?
drugging, well, this is what we were originally talking about. Because you said stuff. Some of them are a little different. But saying I'm gonna kill you, yeah, people say that. So maybe he didn't mean it in that way. But that's a little more questionable saying that you drug someone and they didn't even know it because it's like that's a weird thought
What?
to have in your mind that to do
Killing,
that
killing
that's
versus drugging.
hmm?
Deleting versus drugging. Explain it.
I said people say that jokingly all the time. That's what I'm saying. So, but no one ever jokes and says, It's different. I've never heard that one. You know what I'm saying? Like sarcastically, people will say, "I'm not saying that it's right because I don't
But
think
I
I
was
say
like,
that
yeah,
to people."
a lot of people say the other one. I would say more people are crazy than because I would prefer a person didn't say either. But if a person says that,
That's why I said
I would take it
I
more
don't
serious than
say
saying that
either one.
than somebody saying that. Like he got a napkin. It was like, hey, can you smell this and tell me if it's chloroform? Sorry, I'm just playing. My name's Matt. Nice to meet you. Like some people,
You wouldn't think something was wrong with him.
I would think it's hilarious. I would think it's hilarious. But like it's just funny because we don't we don't really take the extreme to certain things until it's something that we don't really favor. But it's so many other things that we just overlook. But I know like I do hear people say certain things a lot of times. I don't hear anybody say that. You
That's
know what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying.
But
I
that,
mean,
but then also I could say that he probably said it because it was post Bill Cosby. You know what I mean? So he probably thought it would be something that would get people, which it did, get people's attention, and it was negative. But even negative attention with that is sometimes positive attention, because it can give you the numbers, and that's really what it is. They just like number seeking. They don't really have a moral ground with that type of music.
and also we talked about this before. They're both wrong because saying you would unalive someone and saying you would drug someone are not that nothing that nobody should be doing. But one is they're talking about somebody. It's a defense. So that's a little different than an innocent person that didn't do anything to you and you're taking advantage of them. Because what are you going to do when you drug them? You're not just going to leave them like that. You have some ill intent, just like you brought up the Cardi B situation. She drugged the people so she could rob them.
Hmm.
That's not so. That's those are victims. If someone, if if you saying if you're getting mad, it's still wrong, but you defending yourself, so that's a little different. It's a reaction to what someone else did to you. But just drugging someone, you just doing that because you got a problem. So that's why I said it's a little weird. It would make me not say, like I said, I would watch you if someone came around me and they did like, okay, we're talking about the song. If they made a song and they said that or whatever, then I would be leery.
You wouldn't take no
And
drinks.
yeah, and I would be watching them to see if they have, because there's other bad behavior that align with that. If you're doing, so I would be keep my eye on them, like, or I wouldn't really want to be around a person that would make a song and say that,
If I see
because
somebody with some Jeffrey Dahmer glasses on, I'm gonna be keeping my eye on them.
even
Why would you
in the
wear those?
song with Eminem, he said, "You don't wanna with shady, cause shady." But he will effing kid unalive you. Um, he said you don't want to mess with me. So yeah, it's not right. He shouldn't be unaliving people. Have get control of yourself. I mean, I know it's a song, but it, but you don't mess with him. You starting with him, he defending himself. But if I'm just I'm at the bar having a drink and you can't get no viscous innards, so you
Mm.
put something in my cup because you trying, like, come on. That's that's a weird thing to put in a song. Is all I'm saying. It's normally when they make even these diss records, they're like we said. Although maybe I don't agree specifically with what they said or whatever, it's defense in defense of something. Yeah, he posted a picture or whatever, but to just bother someone that was minding their business and didn't do anything to you and do that, take advantage of them or something. It's just a weird thing to say. It's unusual, and I would wonder. I would ask you, like, what was your reasoning behind? If I had the chance, like, what was your reasoning behind saying this? Do you really be doing it?
He might say it was just a verse. What if you say that? Then
But
what would you say?
where does that come from? What would make you write a verse to say it came from somewhere? Like you said, it's on your mind.
It came
You
from the internet. Came from the world. Came from Hangover. I saw a Hangover. I was high. I was like, yo, I'm gonna put that in the song.
you should be his lawyer.
Hmm.
But I don't know. And he talked about Dwight, and then his ex-wife, Royce, Royce Reed, I think
Hmm.
is her name. She was on Basketball Wives years ago, or whatever, like in the earlier seasons. And but she wasn't married to him. I think she married him after or something. But she was saying she told um I forgot what's her name, this rapper girl in the thumbnail. Um, she would she said she told her, and she was like, and now you want to talk, but you told me I was crazy, and now the same thing happened to you. Um, so don't now you what you want to talk to me now for? And
Diamond and Athea,
and
right?
no, that's Benzino. Yeah, Benzino. That's what Benzino. Diamond. Yeah, Benzino is
Oh, you're
alleging
talking about
that.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah, because I wasn't in here when you. If you. Oh, Amy Luciano, that's her name. She does some rap music. She was on Love and Hip Hop at one point. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I believe, and she married Dwight Howard. I did not know she wasn't old. They recently got married. They only been married for a couple years because she was not married to him when she was on Love and Hip Hop. She didn't have a man. I think she messed with Scrappy too, or she was trying. I don't know, but she is married to Dwight Howard now, or I don't know. Maybe they got a divorce. Or I don't know what's happening. She's with him. Maybe they're splitting up, or they already split. And she's gets on camera. She's crying, like, "Oh my God!" Like he does drugs, and she showed some white powder. You know, I don't want to say it on here, and and then she said he got the CPS came and took their daughter. He got the daughter to lie on her. This is what she's alleging. And then, like I said before, Royce Reed, his ex-wife, saying that she told her, "Don't try to talk to me now. Have a conversation. When I tried to tell you before about what I went through, you said I was crazy, and now look at you," or whatever, basically. So I don't know. First of all, this was after them. Remember a couple years ago, or it was last year. I don't know when that incident came out with Dwight Howard. It was like he was messing with a trans.
Mm-hmm.
This was after that. She got with him. Like so, for
Why would you get with him after that?
that's what I'm saying. She wasn't with him prior to that. This was after that had came out. Because like I said, when she was on Love and Hip Hop, and she didn't have no man, and she had like little Scrappy. And so this is a new. It can't have been more than a couple years that they been and they're married, or they were like they have a kid together. Like I did not know, like this happened in a quick time. It had to be in a short time span because this was and I remember I seen her with him. They did post. I knew that they were dating.
Think it was a money grab?
Possibly because I
she had a child with him.
This is what she's saying, that he got her. The CPS came and took their daughter, and she what was I about to say? There was a picture of them on Instagram or something. I was scrolling, and I don't follow neither of them, but it just popped up on my timeline or whatever. And there was a photo. No, it was a video with her and him. They were doing. They had a reel on his page or on her page. And they were like tasting some food, like and people because they be like, "Here, try it." They got some viral restaurant or whatever, and they was tasting the food. And I'm like, what they doing together? I'm like, they dating now, or they were. That's the first time that they were seen together, and that wasn't that long ago. It couldn't have been more than 2 years, possibly three. But for them to have a kid and they got married too, like that's kind of crazy. So even when I seen her with him, I'm like, why? That's the first thing I thought. Like, you with him after they just came out and said, I mean, some women don't care, but there are some women that are accepting of if you because they like you should only be messing with me anyway. No one else should be in the equation when we're together. Like so, that's but I don't know if you like men and I find that out before I get with you, that's a deal breaker. If you want to do that, then go do that or be with somebody that's okay with it. Cause so maybe she doesn't have a problem with it. But that was my immediate thought. I'm like, she. And then I didn't, like I said, I didn't know they got married. They got a kid, or maybe it's just her kid. But I think she said he got our daughter taken. So I don't know. And I don't know exactly what he said. That's just what. But yeah. Hopefully you get your daughter back if you're a good parent. I don't know her, so if anybody's in there mistreating her, you bringing them around people that mistreated, then you need to get yourself together before um, you get them back. But hopefully everything works out. Whatever, I don't know what's the whole situation. Hope that kid is okay. Now they're in the system because you're saying CPS took her daughter or whatever. So that's what I'm more concerned about than anybody. The daughter, like I hope that she's okay. Um, but
This dude Flacco was saying if you really concerned about what happened to, you really concerned about your children's safety with him, then why don't you tell us what he did? I'm like, what is that?
no, she didn't tell the authorities what he did, not us.
He said, tell us, tell the people. I said, why? Like, he a nosy ass dude,
That's what
yo,
I'm saying.
sometimes. Like, he
That's what
really like
I'm
a nosy
saying,
nigga.
and that's my response to that. I'm saying no. She need to tell the authorities if that's, or I mean I don't know what he can do. There's no, if he lies and said that they did that, there's no crime for that. It should be, or if he like told the kid to
If
say
he told the kid to
whatever.
lie.
Yeah, lie on her. She didn't say what he lied about. That's what they're saying. Like she just said he lied.
I mean,
Told him to lie on
if
her.
if you told him to lie to a federal authority agent,
If you say it on, yeah, if you pull out make a false, it depends what was said. But yeah, false thing, or if you get on the stand. But I don't know. I hope the kid is okay. Prayers out to them in the system because that's, it's scary for kids to be in the system
yeah,
with the unaliving rates. There are successes, but there are a lot of there are a large number of there's a large number of abuse and unaliving in for wards of the children that are wards of the state. So get it together, girl. Leave him if that's what's going on. Get your kid back and go on. If he's lying, I don't know what he lied about. That does put he's right though, because it's like you can't really have, because it depends what was said. What are you saying that
because
he?
she could be slandering him, right?
Well, she ain't slander. He's the one. She's accusing him, saying that he
But her
told the
kid got,
kid.
yeah, but where's the proof?
They always say proof, and I know in some instances you need it, but there's some things you can't prove. If only you two is having a conversation or whatever's going on, nobody was there. There were no cameras
So you
involved.
just
You
gotta
can't,
take her
and
word
you're
for
not
it.
gonna know. I didn't say that because we don't have her. We don't even have that. We don't know what she's saying that he did. Besides that, he made the kid lie on her.
Mm.
Like so,
That's what she's saying. She's saying she made him lie. He made her
about what though? And then
lie.
why would the kid lie about that? Or why would he? That's why he needs to know. Like, what you made them lie and said she touched you, lie and said that she beat you. What are you saying? Because then it goes down to, is are they lying about this? Did she really put her hands on you? And people do lie, and you know he's messing with men, so he may be a little sweet. So he might act more like a woman and do vindictive things that women would do. They will lie on you, and because we know there are women that lie and make up stuff. So we need more information.
Look, take him
Really.
on Steve Wilkos and have a fucking lie detector test. All right. Shit.
So Benzino, Diamond, and Althea. Benzino is married to Althea, and Diamond is from Crime Mob. Nuck, if you buck, I think it's Crime Mob, and she's a rapper. She's also on Love and Hip Hop. She's part of the franchise, and Benzino is alleging that Diamond ran him over with her car, and he's saying that he had to go. Was he saying his leg or something is messed up? Yeah, he's on crutches or he has a cast or something. He really pouring it on thick, or I mean, maybe he did get hit with a car. And he said her new car and said what kind of car it was, and she was like, she responded. She posted a video. She responded. She was like, I ain't, I don't know what Benzino talking about or whatever. I ain't run that nigga over. He lying or whatever. And how the hell he know I got a new car and what kind of car I got? Like, but she's saying that she didn't do it. Althea, I don't know if she's said anything. I said it was his wife. That's his ex-wife actually. I think then they have a child together. I think they were married, or at least they were in a relationship and they had a child, but they're no longer together. I don't know what I don't know if her and Diamond are friends. I don't have that information on why they're putting including her in it. Well, she's been saying that he was abusive to her too, but I could see that he seemed like he is. They were on Benzino and Althea was on couples therapy before
So
that
is that
reality show.
so is that girl her girlfriend or her friend?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they connect. Like they were both Benzino and Althea were on Love and Hip Hop, but they weren't, to my knowledge, or ones that I see, they weren't on the same, even on the, like they have Atlanta, New York, they weren't even on the same one. Like she or I never seen them on the TV together, like on the show. So I don't know how they even know each other. I didn't know that they had a relationship, if they were friends or none of that. This is the first time I knew that they were cool or that they spoke to each other or knew each other when this came out. That's why I said I don't know what Althea has to do with it. She's saying Diamond ran her over, but I'm assuming they're friends and she did it for her. Like, and she's ratchet. She will be. She was messing with Scrappy and she had an issue with his baby mama Erica at one point, and like because Scrappy, he be cheating and he was messing with her, but I don't know, but she claimed he was saying that he was all this stuff. So I could see her. This is too far if she did that, but I'm not surprised because she's a little feisty or whatever. But I guess they friends, her and Althea, Diamond and Althea. But I never knew that they was cool. But I think they both were on Atlanta, but I don't think they were on at the same time. I don't because Althea was only up there when Benzino was, and then she wasn't up there anymore, and it's been a while since. So I don't know, but yeah, that's what they're saying. I don't know why people post this stuff online when stuff like this happens. Like if you are going through stuff or whatever, why you need to, like you just said, like what are you telling us for? File the report if you're going to rap and
Mm-hmm.
then and do handle it because we don't need to know that that's going on. What are we supposed to do?
I think sometimes they do just be wanting attention.
Benzino's so dramatic. He's a drama queen. Cause I said, he was on couple therapy with Althea, and he's very dramatic. He will be having crashing out and stuff and on up there. Um, couple therapy, they have like multiple couples living in a house and they're having therapy in the house every day. They do different activities and have group meetings and one-on-one sessions or whatever to help their relationship. They had different celebrities, whether they were rappers or from or actors and actresses or um, they were on reality shows or different people that are couples and they put them about 3 or 4, maybe 5 couples. I don't know. They live in a house together, and he was just having. So he can't. He doesn't have control. He's always so emotional and and there's nothing wrong with crying in certain cases, but it seemed like on that show he would always be crying. Um, and in my opinion, sometimes it was unnecessary. Like he has some unresolved. He has issues, like because it was a lot. Like he was really like, and then him and Althea would be getting into it. They would be arguing. Like he 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 been through some stuff. He needs help. And that really were that was. I mean, they should keep that up and people up there because it's a reality show. But all those people that came up there, Ghostface was up there with his wife. There were different people that can. Then I think it could help. They did need to. They did need. I believe in that people should sometimes therapy helps or there's nothing wrong with going to therapy. And I think and some of these people they would have never done that. They were against that. They would have never spoken to no one because like Ghostface, for example, he went through a lot growing up. He come from like a lot of people from an impoverished environment. He was